So we're going to do yet another wing gambit, and the idea behind the wing gambit is that we're trying to develop as quickly as possible and ruin black's preparation. And that's a situation where you want to allow black to have a pawn on b4 that gets in his own way and mimic a French with the disadvantage of having black's pieces step on one another. So without further ado, we're going to look at this game. I'll unpause the engine. And I'm playing a more traditional type wing gambit in this case. You'll see me play a3 at a certain point, which I'm not used to doing, but I'm getting more and more used to it. The computer wanted me to play a3 earlier, and he's going after my d-pawn, which is not threatened because there's a discovery of a bishop on b5 check following the captures. Now it is threatened because the check is missing, so now we have to cover the pawn. Now these are fairly standard moves, and it says that black's getting a decent advantage here. He takes. That wasn't recommended, by the way. You know, what's the compulsion to take anyway? You know, the fact is if he just moves his knight, he can take back with knight or bishop, and the fact is that taking back with the knight takes care of my bishop on d3. So a knight to f5. Many times in this position I've just simply snapped that knight. In this case I didn't. I wanted to move a little bit around, attack his queen. That's the wrong retreat. This just gives me a tempo with my knight on b5. Now he moves queen to c8. We take off the knight, and here I miss the killer shot e6, which gives a significant advantage to white. That becomes a very weak open file, and I didn't think of playing that, and I regret it. In fact, I munged up this attack to a large extent, something I'm not used to doing. Now I should just simply castle and he has equality. And for some reason he didn't do that. Bishop to e6 is a very bad move, and the reason why is a move that I never play. I keep giving him the advantage back. The move is c4, which is interesting because in my opinion the real strength of c4 is that it threatens to go to c5. It doesn't really threaten to play pawn takes pawn. I attack in a completely different way. Computer wanted c4 again. He's allowing me to create a backwards pawn in an open file with a great amount of control over the e5 square, and I have to watch that he can't play g5 at the same time. Now I'm lifting rooks and missing all kinds of opportunities. There's a cheap attack. He should just cover it with rook to f6, although his move isn't bad. Now I actually make a bad move here. I move rook to g6, which really is an unsustainable move. The fact is that I didn't want him to play g5, and I'm looking at using that as a blockader and possibly moving my queen to h5 to support it, but that idea just pins myself and doesn't really get anywhere. So he can actually chase me out of there by moving just king to h7, which he doesn't do. I missed the fact that the king is a strong attacker. You know, if you move queen to f7 and then king to h7 and had a combination of those things, I'd be in trouble. Instead he moves his rook to f7, which is a losing idea. It says he should push pawn, but he sees that nice square on c4 and goes for it and loses. So it says he's got to start marching his king out of there. That's what Stockfish 8 says, but he's already lost. So at this point you see that the game's over. He moves his knight, I move my rook, and there's a mate in 7. And the game's over. So this was a wing gambit where the fact is that he had a backwards pawn on an open file and allowed a kingside attack to build up. And that's the end of this video.